In today's video, we're going to talk about how to solve one-step equations when you have double signs. So these are equations where you're adding negatives or you're subtracting negatives. So this is part of Unit 4, and our color for Unit 4 is still blue. Alright, so the big question is, what do I do when I see a problem with double signs? And the answer is, nothing special. You still use inverse operations to solve normally. Just be sure to add or subtract whatever number is in parentheses. So example number 1, I have 9 equals x plus 1, and if I look at my side with a variable, my side has x plus negative 1, and I see addition. So I'm going to see addition. That means I'm going to use subtraction to solve it. So I'm going to draw my wall down the middle, x plus negative 1. I'm going to subtract a negative 1. From both sides. And when I do that, I can use my calculator to help me. These two are going to cancel out. And I'm left with an x on the right. And then on the left, you're still fuzzy about integers. It's okay, you can use your calculator. So I have negative 9 plus, try that again. Negative 9 minus a negative 1, and that gives me negative 8. So my answer is negative 8. We check this the same way by plugging back in. So I have negative 9 equals negative 8 plus negative 1, and that gives me negative 9 is equal to negative 8 plus negative 1 is negative 9. Checks out. Alright, example number 2, I have n minus negative 9 equals 23. I look at the side of the equation with the variable, so I have n minus negative 19. I see subtraction, so I'm going to use addition to solve. So again, I'm focused on the left-hand side this time because that's where the variable is. So I'm going to add a negative 19. These two are going to cancel, and I have n equals, use my calculator to help me, 23 plus negative 19, and I get a positive 4. To check, I'm going to plug in positive 4 minus negative 19, and we want to make sure that equals 23. So positive 4 minus 19, make that negative, and I get 23. So I have 23 equals 23, and it checks out. Example number 3. I have x plus negative 5 equals 2. I'm focused on the left-hand side of my equation because that's where the variable is. I see an addition sign, so I'm going to use subtraction. So draw the wall down the middle. I'm adding a negative 5, so to solve it, I'm going to need to subtract a negative 5. These two cancel, and I have x equals 2 minus negative 5. So use your calculator. 2 minus negative 5 gives me a positive 7. So to check, again, I'm plugging in 7 for x, so 7 plus negative 5 equals 2. 7 plus negative 5 equals 2. So I have 2 equals 2, and it checks. Last example, I'm focused on the right-hand side because that's where my variable is. So I have y minus negative 3. I see subtraction, so I'm going to use addition. Draw the line down the middle. So minus a negative 3 means I'm going to add a negative 3 to both sides. These two cancel, and I have y equals negative 8 plus negative 3, and it gives me negative 11. Then I'm going to check. Negative 8 equals negative 11 minus negative 3. And again, I can use my calculator. Negative 11 minus negative 3, and I get negative 8. So negative 8 equals negative 8. The answer checks out.